Day 158. That was where Camp Crawler was right there. I've been up since 3:30. There's a cute little mouse prancing around underneath my stuff. He didn't get into anything because I had nothing interesting to get into. Well, I left my garbage out as I normally do, but he was not interested in that. Didn't even go by it. But just the sound of his little mouse footprints running back and forth was enough to wake me up and triggered something in my brain, so it kept me up. So I just sat there and brewed coffee. Hung out. It was chilly this morning. I actually closed up my flaps. Was happy to turn on the fire. I already blew this thing up once, but I've been here long enough to where a second one brewed. We're going to take off. We're going to take a nice, easy day. Toad is having a little bit of foot issues, so we taped her up. But she did really well yesterday. I mean, straight off the couch. I've been out here a little bit. And we did I think it was 14 miles yesterday. So good on her. She's a good sport about it. She's tough. But we're just trying to take care of her before it becomes a real issue. Because she's like, no, I'll just, walk it off kind of thing. I'm like, no, it doesn't work like that. You still have 2 days out here. So there is a lake in like 5 miles. So we're going to go hang out at the lake. Spend a couple hours doing that. You have a beautiful web. Look at that thing. There's a cute little spider in there. Cooler decided he's going to hang out with us too. Good for him. We're fun people. Do my deed, and we'll see you up there. And we're off. A slow meandering. It's chilly this morning. Still chilly. We haven't been in the sunshine yet. Although it's the AT, we probably won't be in the sunshine. Oh, I don't remember this blue blaze being so steep. I was just in a hurry to get here last night, not realizing how many people were down here. I feel kind of bad for the guy at the tent platform near us. He looked like he'd been there for hours already. And he probably thought, yeah, look at this. I got this all to myself. And then at least like 15 of us showed up. People were loud, hooting and hollering, just having fun all night. It was mostly children. Well, not all night, but until I fell asleep. But it's people having fun. I didn't even feel the urge to yell at anybody. It's kind of nice to wake up chilly. Especially knowing that, summer is still here. It's not like it's going to get progressively colder from this point on. Well, I guess technically yes, but when you wake up and it's this temperature and tomorrow's going to be a little colder, it causes some stress. Makes you want to hike farther and make you wonder why you took all that time off and went so slow and, all those things. All the stresses associated with finishing on time. Everybody feels it. I feel a little less this time because if I don't finish, it doesn't hurt my feelings. But I want to finish. I do. But, if it's snowing out here, it just sucks because weather's weird. And I don't want to do that. Put up with a little cold, but come on, man. I'm a desert rat. So we came around the corner and there happened to be trail magic going on right there. It's unattended. There's, there was enough for a soda for each of us. A couple hard-boiled eggs, some bananas and apples and tangerines and such, water, cash, and garbage. And get rid of our garbage. Really nice. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. So I noticed the other day when I was doing, because I do a very quick editing process. I go through and I stitch literally everything that went on together, every video clip. And then all I do is fast forward by, moving my finger, swiping left as fast as I can until I see a picture appear. And I can see them, not by the actual picture, there's a symbol on the bar below that I'm looking at, and I just hit a Ken Burns button on that thing. That's all I do. I do not watch. There's no time for the videos to load, but every once in a while, a couple seconds of it loads here and there, where I linger. And I thought the little bit of video I saw looked really choppy, like I was bouncing all over the place. And I thought, well, maybe I was just, it was hard stepping in that area, or my arm was getting weak or something like that. I didn't think much of it, but I did think I noticed it. But one of my Patreon peeps, Andrew Dots, thank you very much, pointed it out to me. He said, no, your shit has gotten shaky, dog. So I went back and I checked, and I can't be certain, but I'm going with either sweat or rain. Changed my settings, because I still try to film in those settings. I shouldn't. It's hard. Screens don't work so well and stuff like that. And this one seems to hold on to the water. I don't know. I think I wiped it clean, but there's still like a thin sheen of water. It doesn't bead as much. Weird wonder material. I don't know. But it's hard to do it, and invisible buttons are being pushed, so sometimes I just can't do anything. But I believe it changed my settings, is what I'm going with. So I went into settings, and it turns out, yeah, there was a whole smooth thing that was unclicked. So I clicked it, so hopefully we're smooth again. But I appreciate you pointing that out. We're about ready to go. So, tally-ho. It feels so damn nice right now. Like a fall day. We're almost at the lake we'll be hanging out at. And I suspect with today being so nice, it's going to be jammed. Man, that's a whole lot of stairs. My shoes squeak. Because that's why the person got rid of them. I know I don't hear when there's the crunch of gravel. Or really even a good crunch of leaves. I'd hope it would wear out, but I don't think that's going to happen. such a gorgeous day. It's got to be one of the best days, weather-wise, of the entire hike. In a rare event, I had to stop to take pebbles out of my shoes. I do have holes in my shoes. Not really big holes, but there's some holes. But there's this great rock there, so I was like, I'll have a safety meeting too, and everybody carried on. We're in Beartown State Forest. This leads down to the lake, pond. I'm not really sure. I'm assuming lake. Ah, nice. We have made it here to Beartown is the only word I see popping up. Oh, and we got the pay here thing. I just reach in my pocket. And oh yeah, there you go. It was a pretty nice hike up away from the lake. Toad was able to keep up with me for a while, but you know, she's only 20, so they can only be expected to keep up for so long. And I could hear her behind me, so I turned down the speed just a little bit. I can only go so fast for so long. But stamina is kind of my game. I just time things to my breathing. If I get it worked out, and then I push as hard as the oxygen I can consume, I can keep going. But if I push too hard, and burn too much oxygen, I start struggling for breath, things start slowing down. And I'm pretty good at finding that equilibrium. That's why you don't hear me panting when I'm on camera. I mean, sometimes. But, you know, generally I can climb things without sounding like I'm climbing things. And that's coming from a guy who's done a lot of damage to his lungs. Oh, this is perfect after a climb. Cliffs give you great wind. Well, it's the clearest it's been in a while. Yeah, give it to me, baby. Ah, it's great. If every day could be like this. Oh, yeah. feels like the longest blue blaze down to this shelter. We're hoping we'll be the only ones here. It's Sunday night, so less likely to be muggles around. The other hikers that we know are around us are ahead of us. We ran into them at that trail magic this morning, and as we showed up, they left. This shelter's a little bit different. It has a little overhang, so you get half the bench, but you can't sit on the segments right now. Look how deep it is in here. I could hang my hammock in here if I really wanted to. There's enough gaps to get things through on both sides. But now I found a better spot. It's a little swampy over where I'm at, but that just means the frogs will serenade me, the frogs and the bugs. I decided to go over here. I see trails going off in other directions. I could keep hunting. There's plenty of spots over here I could do between these trees. Spots over there. There's this spot right here in between all these trees. You can hang from this one to that one. But you can see over here, it is a little swamp. So yeah, I'm expecting it to be kind of loud. I see frogs all over the place. Cool. I dig that stuff. Let's get camp set up. No branches want to fall on me. And there's nothing huge. Stuff that would destroy my tarp, but not me. Conveniently enough, from in front of the shelter, there is a nice water supply. It's coming from the swampy area near where I'm sleeping. Oh, I can see TheNightCrawler from here. It's swamp water. You know it's good. Yeah, that's some of the cleaner water we've had. It's not all tanniny orange. Luckily, even though I didn't have my tarp over me, I had my tent stakes in. So when it started raining, which I was not expecting, I was able to jump out of my hammock and just throw my tarp over me and my stuff. Oh, glad I do that, because I'm pretty sure everybody else slept with their rain flies off, so they have to jump out and like do their whole attachment thing. And Toad's really bad at it. She put her rain fly on. She did her tent for the first time the other night and put her rain fly on upside down. Couldn't figure out what's wrong, so I went over and told her, hey, your rain fly's on upside down. So she took it off, and she put it on again upside down. It was hilarious. So I'm hoping she had one on, because I know it's going to take her a little longer than everybody else. But at least the rain didn't come down hard, you know, pitter-patter at first. And it hit me in the face through my hammock. Woke me up out of a sleep. It's like 10 o'clock. I've only been asleep a couple of hours. But it woke me right up. And I was like, oh, glad I have my tent stakes in. Hopefully it's not real windy, because the ground here is wet. The stakes just went in by the pressure of my thumb. But so far so good with the wind. Let's hope it holds up. That was a rude awakening.